My name is Rohan Valrani. I'm the Deputy CEO of Shirawi's Engineering and Healthcare Services Group. The Shirawi Group was founded in 1971 officially. So actually it was founded the same year that the UAE was officially founded. Our founders, Mr. Abdullah Al-Shirawi and Mr. Rohan Valrani, initially met in 1966. And then over the next few years started to form a partnership together which would last over 50 years. They initially started as a cement trading company, importing cement from around the world and then bringing it into the local markets and even re-exporting into different markets. And from there, the two of them just seized every opportunity that they took. So it started as one business unit, and as the UAE was such a new place at the time, such a foreign place, there was so much opportunity, right? Like UAE from then to now has really developed tenfold. So you can see with all the construction that's come up, with all the industries that's come up, with all the retail that's come up, the Shirawi Group has played a key part in that. And the mentality was very much that if this doesn't exist right now, what can we do to cater to it? So I'll give you an example. I remember hearing a story that the founders heard that there was a need for cold storage from the market, or a need for a printing press. You know, there was undersupply. So next day or next week, how can we start a printing press? How can we start a cold storage facility? And like that, we've developed into over 35, 40 business units across a variety of different sectors, including printing and packaging, oil and gas, logistics, electronics, construction services, vending, parking, and you can keep going. In crisis comes great learnings and great opportunities. So for the Shirawi Group in particular, it was the 1980s crisis that the group faced, which really put the group in a tough time, but also really was a turning point in the way the group thought about business and the way to operate in the region. So in the beginning of 1980, we had the first Iran-Iraq war. We had the collapse of the Nigerian government, the government defaulting, and falling of the oil prices significantly, all happening at around the same time. And this was tough because the group was exposed to all of these things in different ways, through industries, through physical presence in these different countries. And the group went through a period where it was essentially, you could say, bankrupt. It was negative net worth. And at the time, Mr. Abdullah Al-Shirawi, Mr. Rohan Valrani had the difficult task of going back to the banks. It was about 45 banks, sitting with them and renegotiating with each one of them to see how we could get out of this crisis. And I mean, the way you would think about it is that many people in that situation, they would just cut and run. You know, they would just shut down business and say, I'm done, and then they would call it quits. But in this case, the two of them really dug their heels in and renegotiated each and every single one of those debts and worked to pay back every single one over the next decade. And that, in my opinion, is just a true testament to what the group really stands for. You know, it's the grit at the end of the day. It's what can you do when the situation is bad, or even when the situation is good. What can you do in terms of putting in the hard work, really getting your hands in, and really doing the work that's necessary to come out of it. I'd say there's one word that sums all of this up, and it's the main word right now. It's technology. I always believe that, you know, we have so much opportunity in front of us with technology. We're seeing something today that we've never seen in the world's history when it comes to technology. And I think that there's tremendous opportunity. So, I mean, I'll talk about this in the context of the businesses that I manage. You know, manufacturing, how can we digitize our factories? How can we get the most possible data out of our factories to be able to make informed decisions? Whether that's creating digital twins, whether that's doing shop floor monitoring, whether that's doing production scheduling, how can we really get that information to be able to make the right decisions? On distribution, it's about how can we offer our customer the best possible experience through technology. On construction or contracting, it's about how can we manage our cash flow and monitor our site progress through technology. On service, it's how can we take advantage of preventive maintenance techniques, AI and preventive maintenance. All of these different technologies are available for us to use, and it's about how we can best implement it. So I think that with technology, we can really evolve and become the leading in each and every business that we represent. I'll say for the UAE in particular, I mean, this goes more broadly into the broader trend of the UAE. So the UAE, in my opinion, is focused on two main things when it comes to construction. One is residential, right? There's constantly people coming into the UAE, constantly people using the UAE as their second home, people shifting to the UAE completely and creating their major base in the UAE, but a bunch of different people coming to the UAE and living here. And Shirawi Interiors in that regard has contributed to some of the finest projects in the residential segment. I'll highlight one in particular on the ultra-high luxury side, Mr. C Residences. So we recently completed this project and we are very proud of it. And we're proud to say that this is one of the most premium projects in the UAE right now. So in terms of setting the fit-out standards, we're proud to say that Al Shirawi Interiors is leading that charge. Number two is technology. UAE is always trying to attract talent and attract the latest and best practices in terms of technology. Al Shirawi Interiors recently completed the AI campus in DIFC, where it did a fit-out of a beautiful office focusing specifically on AI and again, setting the standards in terms of technology in the UAE. There's two ways to address this. One is off-the-job training and one is on-the-job training. So in terms of off-the-job training, we have a portal called Flex that we've developed in-house. So we've worked with a vendor to have a customized platform where essentially you're offering each and every single employee the opportunity to learn at their own pace in whatever modules that they'd like. So you log onto this portal, each employee has access, and they can just search whatever topic they want, whether it's some engineering topic, whether it's finance, whether it's HR, whether it's pretty much anything you want. And then they can take modules and get a certificate for each and every one of those topics. So that's the off-the-job, I would say, even though that could be directly applicable to your job. I would say that that's more on your own time type of training and skill development. On the other side, we have the skill development, which happens day to day on the job. We have a strong culture of mentorship. We have a strong culture of checking in day by day, week by week, month on month to make sure people are being developed in the way that they should be. We have a strong KPI system where at the end of every month, each employee enters their KPIs and it's reviewed with their line manager. We have an appraisal system too, where at the end of every year, each employee puts in their self-evaluation, puts in their strengths, their weaknesses, their learnings, puts in their capabilities and sits with their manager and reviews each and every single one hour by hour and just really getting into it and seeing how can I improve. I would say there's just one word that sums up everything. I could say technology, I could say innovation, I could say adapting to this fast changing world, but one word sums all of that up and it's quality. Al Shirawi across its business units just focuses on offering quality solutions. We will never be the cheapest in the market. We will never offer low quality solutions. We will charge maybe a bit of that extra premium, but we will offer a quality solution in return. So Al Shirawi Interiors in particular, I'd say has done prestigious projects, top quality, and really setting the standard for the rest of the industry. The Al Shirawi Group is very happy and proud to be a part of the UAE's journey and the region's journey as it develops. The Middle East right now is the place to be, whether it's the UAE, which I would say is the fastest growing, most booming market, or whether it's Saudi, whether it's Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, Egypt. The Al Shirawi Group has presence in all, and it's very proud to do so, and we see a lot more growth to come.